What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost, Episode 8. This is the recap. I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. Now, I dropped my quick thoughts video for you guys earlier on in the day, and I'm telling you, episode 8 was a very good episode. It definitely stands out as far as being one of the best episodes this season thus far, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the conclusion of Power Book 2 Ghost. Now, you guys let me know, what do you think about this episode? What do you think is going to happen next? And like I told you guys, I'm going to try my best to focus on the key points in this episode. A lot of different things happen, and you're starting to see people's true agendas and exactly what they really want out of this show. So let's begin. Now, of course, it's homecoming week, and just based off this alone, you already know Tariq and Brayden are definitely going to have a whole lot of clients, and they're going to have to make sure they get out there and sell product because it's a lot of money to be made. I mean, it's like fight weekend. You got to get out there and get this money. So that's exactly what Brayden is telling Tariq. And of course, the two agree to get out there and make sure they're getting this bread. Now, of course, not only is it homecoming week, we have a lot of parents in town. They're coming to support their kids, all in the kids' business, all in class. And of course, Lauren, her mom is there. Everybody's parents is there, you know what I'm saying? But Tariq's. And Jabari, he's asking this question about the invisible man and stuff like that. He's asking about telling the truth. And the way Tariq broke this down, of course, you know, Jabari is like, man, he's getting fascinated about Tariq's explanation of this story. And he thinks what Tariq is saying is very personal. He's asking him, was it about his parents and stuff like that? This dude, all he's trying to do is get content for his up-and-coming novel. We already know this. He's telling Tariq, look, you can trust me. But we already know that Tariq cannot trust this guy. He's dirty, and he's just using Tariq to get content. I told you guys somehow, some way, Jabari was going to get away in this episode. He did not get caught. I got a feeling when he does get caught, the novel will be out and Tariq's going to be very pissed off. Then we get to the OG, triple OG, 2-Bit. He is here once again, and he, of course, he gave you that old school power vibe. He, of course, goes to Spanky's mom's spot, and it's crazy because they had Lunel playing Spanky's mom. If you guys don't know who she is, she's a comedian, outstanding lady, and they brought her to the Power Universe. She had the Spanky shirt on, the RIP Spanky shirt on. I'm like, okay, I see what time it is. Now, 2-Bit in this episode really reminded me of Kanan a whole lot. I mean, going to his Spanky's mom's, pretty much giving her some money and telling her he's here for her. I mean, that's just a stab in the back even more, even though we know Spanky was the rat, right? Now we get to the return of Effie. And Effie, she's on campus, of course. She's trying to get this money. She knows it's homecoming weekend. She's trying to sell coke, and she's trying to link up with Tariq. Now, Tariq, of course, does not want to do this. He's like, nah, I'm good, and pretty much kind of plays her off. Lauren happens to walk in, and now we see the encounter between Lauren and Effie. And, of course, Lauren is upset that Tariq has her over there, but Effie doesn't care. Effie's like, look, I'm the top dog. You are pretty much a nobody to me, and you can see the jealousy in Lauren's eyes. Effie is happy. She's like, okay, we know what time it is. We know who he's choosing. Now, of course, Tariq told Effie at this particular moment, like, look, I can't be doing business with you. You got to go, and I ain't really selling on this campus like that. He pretty much just plays Effie, but we know later on in the episode, he's going to need her, and he's going to use her to help sell product. And as I told you guys, the parents are here. Of course, Lauren's parents are here, and 2-Bit plays it once again. Like I told you guys, he was really reminding me of the old school Kanan that we saw in Power, the Slim type character. And of course, he's there talking about, I'm looking for my cousin, Tariq. And he gets, of course, Tariq's address. He knows exactly where he's staying. So now he's going to approach Tariq because you already know he wants to collect. Remember, Ghost promised him a favor? Well, this is that favor. And not only did he keep the Rolex, he wants to get this bread as well. Now, Jabari sponsor, this guy, he's telling him, look, he can sell this drug dealing family story, But the thing is this, he wants to know how this story ends. These people are going to want to know how it ends as well, but he can definitely sell it. He wants Jabari to go out there and continue to get some more content. And Jabari is taking this to the heart. He is like, look, I'm going to go out there and make sure I get the ending and I get this content. And we already know the content is coming directly from Tariq. It's the story of power, really. And we see your boy 2-Bit. He approaches Tariq like he should be approaching him. And he got the pistol to him, telling him he want that bread. He want that 24, 25K. And he wants it fast. Now, of course, Tariq is like, look, I can't get that, but I'm going to find a way to get this money. And now Tariq is, he's pretty much saying to himself, man, I done slipped up. Once again, I have to figure out how to get some more money. He's already paying Davis McLean. He doesn't really know what to do. So he goes to his dad's assistant and he tells him, look, is it a way I can get the money earlier? At least $24,000, $25,000. Can I get that early? And of course, he tells Tariq, no, you can't get it. You have to finish school. Also, you have to finish with a high GPA as well. This dude even knows how Tariq is doing in school right now because Ghost told him to be looking out. He already knows what the classes Tariq is taking and stuff like that. I mean, Ghost wasn't playing, man. He was not playing at all with the people he hired. Now, of course, Tariq, he calls his mother and he tells her, look, is there any more stash hidden around town that I can go get? Of course, Tasha's like, what the hell is going on? You need to tell me what's going on. Tariq can't really tell her because he doesn't want to get Tasha involved, but Tasha does tell Tariq, some advice, give him some good advice about who he needs to choose and about trusting people, and pretty much how she learned how to just make Ghost trust her after everything went down with her and Ghost. But look, Tariq finally makes a decision. He said, you know what? I couldn't trust Effie in the past. I'm going to take my mom's advice. I'm going to go back and I'm going to lay down the law on Effie. And Effie, based on this scene right here, she definitely knows her way around the bedroom. You see how she was grabbing the strap. I mean, it's like me and my girlfriend type shit right here. And she wasn't playing at all. She was trying to get those cheeks clapped. And your boy Tariq, he chose Effie. It wasn't Lauren. It wasn't Diana. It was Effie, because one was too hot, one was too cold, but one was just right, just like Courtney Kemp said. Now the question is this: how would this go? Will this relationship last? Well, that's to be seen. But we know that Tariq did tell Effie how to run product at this campus, and exactly that, right? Effie went and she did that. It was easy, and the chemistry that these two have, it's very good. You guys already know we've been used to seeing Effie and Tariq. They have hella chemistry. Of course, he does like Lauren and Diana, but this whole Effie thing, this is who Tariq definitely could work with because he doesn't really have to hide a whole lot from her. He can be himself and he can run games. So we're going to see how that goes. Now, Jabari, of course, is reading Tariq's extra credit paper and he's very upset. He's breaking pencils and stuff like that. And he's like, man, I got to follow this kid. I got to get some more intel on him. I got to find out exactly what he did and how he's running this operation. So he's following Tariq. He's writing down information about DC Joe. I mean, this dude is a real life stalker. I mean, Jabari is one of those guys that's going to be in a Lifetime movie type dude. I mean, come on. This is him right here. J. Kelly in the flesh. And of course, he's about to text Professor Milgram to stay away from Tariq, but we know he ends up deleting that text because he wants to continue to find out and to figure out what Tariq is doing. Now, we get to Braden and his family and we find out that his sister, she's on campus, and his sister, of course, is a cokehead. I mean, it's quite obvious. She's getting high. Braden's brother Trace is bleeding up out his nose. He wants to know where she's getting this product from because he's like, what the hell is going on? This is our territory. You know what I'm saying? Who is selling product on this campus that we don't know about? Now, we get back to Jabari, J. Kelly. He's pretty much getting the story of power. I mean, his book is probably going to be titled Ghost because this is exactly what he's doing. He's getting the life story of James St. Patrick, Tariq. I mean, the whole family. He's investigating, looking up old files and stuff of Angela and stuff like that. You would think this dude works with Cooper Sacks the way he's looking up evidence. I'm like, okay, this dude really has a problem. And when this book does come out, it's not going to be hard to understand exactly who this book is about. Tariq is definitely going to know that Jabari took his content, his story. He's going to be very upset that this happened. Now, we get to Lil Guap, we get to Kane, and of course Kane, he wants to plan and plot to take out Tariq. He's tired of Tariq and, the attention that his family is showing Tariq. He tells, of course, this guy's name is Bars, whatever, Lil Guap, and Kane tells him, look, you have to get Tariq. We got to take him out. He's pretty much trying to say GTG ain't nothing, that y'all bad for business, and you have to take him out when he's alone. This dude is a weirdo, in my opinion, and we're definitely going to talk more about that later on. Now, this is a foreshadow, in my opinion, right? Professor Milgram, she finally has that encounter with Monet. We've been talking about it for the past few weeks. If Monet finds out about this, it's not going to look too good for Professor Milgram. And you already can tell that Monet was peeping game early. She's looking at Milgram like, what? Like, you need to go ahead and get up out the way. Milgram already knows. She's like, okay, go Tigers, and gets up out of there, right? Your girl Monet is on this. She knows something is going up. And I'm telling you right now, when she finds out the truth, Professor Milgram may just lose her life. You do not mess with Zeke. That's one thing that you don't touch, and that is Zeke. Monet takes this very seriously. She does not want anybody messing up his chances of being successful, of getting this legitimate NBA money. And of course, she gives the boy a Rolex. And we ain't talking about the Rolex that Ghost got taken from 2-Bit. We're talking about a brand new Rolex. This dude is feeling himself. Zeke, he's trying to make sure he dominates in this game, as his Aunt Monet tells him to. Now, of course, Braden goes to Tariq. He tells him, look, someone else is on our territory on this campus selling coke. We have to find out who this is. He's talking about Effie, and Tariq is like, there's no way Effie is on our campus. Don't worry about that, man. You have nothing to worry about. So once again, of course, Tariq is lying to Braden, and that's going to cost him. Now, Bars is back. And I don't know about y'all, but he kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. He had these highlighter shoes on. I'm like, dude, you look very obvious. And you keep staring at Tariq. Tariq was looking up like, dude, like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? You're a weirdo. And, of course, he's plotting and planning to take down Tariq. Now, Tariq really doesn't think nothing of it. He kind of walks away, but he's in the back of his head thinking like, okay, who is this funny looking dude with these lime green shoes on? Something's not right with him. Now, of course, Kane, he's plotting because he's telling Bars, look, when he gets alone, you have to take him out. So Tariq, he goes, he meets up with the Tejada family. They kicking it, waiting for Zeke. And, of course, your boy Tariq leaves to go get some snacks. Now, let's get to this scene because your boy Tariq does not have hands at all. A lot of people have been wondering, does Tariq have hands? Well, no, he doesn't have hands at all. If you're going to be in the drug game at this level, you have to know how to fight. Bars was about to take out Tariq. It was not looking too good. Tariq probably would have lost his life. I mean, we really don't know the outcome of what would have happened, but I'll tell you what, it was not looking good. Tariq, you need to go learn how to box or something. Now, 2-Bit comes, and he helps out, and he saves Tariq's life. He ends up hitting Bars with a bar and takes him straight out. And then he said, you know what? We ain't done yet. We got to go ahead and just finish him. And that's exactly what 2-Bits did. I mean, you got to take him out. You can't let this dude walk around living and worrying about him coming back to get you. So 2-Bits gets the job done and finishes off Bars, a GTG lame. You know what I'm saying? This dude is pretty much a pawn. They use you. You should have told Lil Guap to do it himself. And 2-Bit sends out the text to everybody and says, you know what? Yup, we got him all right. And sends that picture. Of course, this is going to cause problems. Now, 2-Bit is like, look, yeah, you gave me my money, but you owe me a little bit more. So you're going to have to give me at least 20 to probably 50K more because I just saved your life. Circumstances have changed. And also, we know that Tariq was acting kind of hesitant to wipe down evidence. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You know how to clean crime scenes. Tasha taught you this. Some people say that Tariq was doing that on purpose, but it is what it is. Now, of course, Zeke, he goes out there. He dominates in the basketball game like we probably thought he was going to do. And, of course, once Tariq comes back down, we know some things have changed because Kane, in the back of his head, he's thinking that the job is done. But once he sees Tariq, he knows, like, okay, what in the hell has happened? That means something has happened to Bars, and I have to figure this out. Now, Kane, of course, he goes and he sees the text, and of course, Lil Guap told him, look, this is on you. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much set us up. I'm going to clip you when I see you. So this makes Kane think twice, like, okay, whoever killed him, I'm going to have to handle them. So that's why, of course, Kane goes and tells, which was Tariq, he didn't know at the time, that, look, when I find you, I'm going to get you. You're dead to me. Kane pretty much slipped up a lot in this episode. Let's just be honest. He slipped up a lot. His desire and obsession to take out Tariq has cost him a whole lot. And Tariq, of course, he has to cancel everything with Effie because it's too hot, it's too risky. If I'm Tariq, I don't trust nobody right now because ever since Effie has came back on this campus, bad things have happened. So I can't really trust nobody. Of course, Effie is pissed off. She thinks Tariq has played her for Lauren. And of course, Brayden is there. She meets up with him and his sister, the cokehead. Of course, she wants more coke. And she pretty much exposes everything. Now, Effie says, look, Tariq was selling it with me as well. So now Brayden is pissed off. He's like, okay, so he was selling this with you. He lied to me, and now we have a problem. I'm telling you right now, Tariq, he has to be a little bit more honest with Brayden. I'm not telling Tariq to, tell Brayden everything, but he does have to open up a little bit more and let him know about some of this stuff that's going down. Now, Zeke is having a hell of a time. It's, the after party, they kicking it, having a great time. Now, of course, Drew was being extra thirsty. We know this. He was trying his best to get to Ev. Now, even though that your boy Drew was trying his best to get to Ev is like, look, I can't let this get out. I'm trying to get to the NBA. I'm not like you. You can open up with your family. People are not going to accept me. Long story short, they all kind of squashed everything, went outside. The whole team, the basketball team, of course, they all went outside just kicking it and talking. Next thing we know, Zeke is getting beat down by Little Guap. Now, I don't know about you guys. Zeke, as tall as you is, you should have been able to put some hands on Little Guap. But, hey, you was drunk, so I ain't going to hold you on that one. But still, Drew said, you know what? Something has to happen. And we got to that moment when I was talking about deadly consequences. What's going to happen? Is someone going to lose their life? Now, Guap is smart because he's like, look, I ain't worried about killing you. This will hurt Monet even more if I take out the kneecap of Zeke, because now she's going to be very pissed off. This is her opportunity. This is the family's opportunity to finally have something legitimate, and I'm going to take that away. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Drew has earned my respect a little bit more. I don't care about him messing around with Ev. Him pretty much risking his life to save his cousin at all costs. That's straight up respect. And that's exactly what Drew did in this episode. Drew showed you, yeah, he is soft sometimes, but when it's time to put in work, he is willing to do that. And you see that he was about to damn near kill Guap. And Zeke had to tell him stop. You know what I'm saying? Ev is looking all scared like, man, Drew is a little bit dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I really want to be around him like that. And of course, Zeke tells him, look, man, you have to stop. You can't kill this dude because if you do, bad things are going to happen. But Drew did save his cousin. He saved him. He risked everything to save his cousin. The sad thing is this. It wasn't Drew's fault that this happened. And of course, he took the blame for it, right? Because Monet is like, look, why did you let this happen? I told you guys not to let Zeke get around this lifestyle. And, Drew was like, look, they pretty much attacked him. I saved them, but he does not throw Kane's name in this because we know Little Guap told him, I'm coming back because if Kane slipped up, Kane set us up. And Drew is loyal. The episode is called Family First. Now, if anybody put family first, that was your boy Drew. Drew definitely put family first. No matter what, he was there to protect his brother. He did not want him taking that fall from Monet at all. And he tells Kane, look, man, we have to fix this. These dudes got to pay. He almost took out our cousin Zeke. And, Little Guap and GCG, they got to get consequences. It's plain and simple. I'm tired of just dealing with them. And he tells Kane, look, you don't have to worry. I got your back. You're not going to go down for this. I'll let them know that it was all on me. Don't worry about it. So now things are in motion, right? Because you would think that Kane is like, okay, I got you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You looking out for me. I'm going to look out for you. I'm going to make sure this goes down right. I'm going to make sure GTG is finished. And that's how Kane acted, right? Kane acted like he was going to take out GTG, but we know Kane had things in store for the future. Kane was thinking of something else, right? Then we get to Tariq. He's panicking. He's like, look, I got to call my mom. And he tells Tasha someone is after him. Someone tried to kill him. And we know who that someone was. It was Barge, the GTG, and Kane. And Tasha, she's like, look, it has to be Lorenzo. It has to be the family that he's working for. So, of course, Tasha, she's pissed off. She tells Lorenzo, if you come for my son, if you come for what's mine, I'm going to try my best to make sure I come for what's yours. Now, Lorenzo was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I have nothing to do with this. I know nothing about no one putting out a hit on Tariq at all. This is a misunderstanding. Now, Monet, she puts two and two together after she has that conversation with Lorenzo. She's like, look, if Tariq got attacked, most likely that was by Kane and GTG. She put it together and she knows that, of course, Drew is taking up for his brother once again. And she tells him, look, Kane is out of this family. He's no longer allowed here, right? Now, Kane, he goes and he pretty much easily, and I'm talking about very easily, takes out GTG. It's not even a problem for him at all. Now, I know the early predictions, people was predicting that maybe it was Ev, maybe it was Zeke that Kane shot on accident. Well, it wasn't. It was just GTG. He eliminated them easily, but instead of killing Little Guap, he decides to recruit him and tell him, look, I'm going to need you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need you to put in this work, but you got to be with me. Now we're going to have Kane and Little Guap once again form forces, and this time around, it's going to get uglier. Now remember this, Kane, he decided to do this before he had the conversation with Diana and before he had the conversation with Monet. I want you guys just to remember this. So that means that Kane already made his mind up that he was going to put himself first before his family. Kane is trying to recruit and build for his future. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Now, of course, Zeke, he goes to Professor Milgram. He's hurt. And she's like, what the hell is going on? Something happened to you? And yes, you know, Zeke is feeling it because his whole career could have been over. We're talking about inches, y'all. Inches. And it could have been over for this kid. I'm glad that they didn't use that storyline. They kind of teased at it, but Zeke does have a second chance. This time around, will he take advantage of it? And will this event affect him? I think it will. He's not going to be the same again, man. He's going to look at his family in a different way. Now, Kane, he goes to Diana. He tells her, look, I handled GTG. It's all good now. But the thing is this. Kane didn't really handle GTG because the leader of GTG, Little Guap, is still breathing. That is a problem. We're talking about the same Little Guap who put the gun to your cousin Zeke's knee. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Kane feels like, man, I'm left out. Monet pretty much don't even want to speak to him. He's not allowed in the house. He's not allowed there anymore. She does not want anything to do with Kane. And you can tell the look on his face. Disappointment at the same time. Deep down inside, he wants to prove himself. He wants to get back. But the look on Kane's face is like, man, my moms don't want me no more. My family, they don't want me no more. And of course, Diana was crying. It was a very emotional scene, but your boy Kane brought a lot of this on himself with the mistakes that he's made. Now, Brayden, of course, he approaches Tariq. He's like, look, man, I know you lied to me. You're working with Effie. Why did you do this? Now, of course, Tariq comes up with all these different excuses on why he's not telling Brayden everything. But Brayden's not trying to hear or listen to Tariq because to him, it does not make sense. He doesn't care about the whole court case with Tasha or anything like that. He's just tired of Tariq lying to him. And as I told you guys in the past, this is something that Tariq does not want to do, especially to Brayden, who is loyal to him. And he wants Tariq to open up, but Tariq is continuing to lie to him. And Brayden now is saying, look, I'm out. I'm through with this whole app and this whole game. So we're going to see how that storyline opens up. Now, we get back to Jay Kelly. And to be honest with you guys, I'm kind of tired of talking about this dude. He's making me sick just thinking about it. But now he's taking all the evidence, all the content that he has of Tariq's lifestyle, and he's going to download this app. And he's going to get the conclusion. He wants to know what's going to happen. And I read in the comment section, somebody said once he downloaded this app, he pretty much downloaded his death wish. Jabari, I'm telling you right now, as I tell you guys in the past, when you go against Tariq, bad things happen. So as of right now, it's going to be good. He gets the book out, he sells millions and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we know he has a bad future coming his way by trying to cross Tariq. Now, at the end of the episode, of course, Tariq has a conversation with Monet about Kane. And Monet pretty much tells him, look, out of straight principle, if Kane comes for you, I expect you to protect yourself at all times. If you have to take out Kane, take him out. I have no problems with that. But you better not just attack Kane. You better not just go at him, because if you do, I'm going to come for you. I'm going to take you out. You know what I'm saying? Monet is pretty much just about principles. She does not want Tariq going to take out Kane, but at the same time, she's like, look, if he comes to you, go ahead and get him out the way if you have to. Now, of course, 2-Bit is texting Tariq, telling him, look, he need the rest of the money right now. So, of course, Tariq is able to re-up, and he has a closure with Monet. Like, look, we have no issues. We want to continue to do good business as long as Kane does not mess that up. Well, we know that Kane is coming. The whole Tariq versus Kane storyline is here now. You know what I'm saying? They've been building it up for the entire season. Now it's time to go. We know that Kane has recruited Little Guap, and Kane has pretty much went against his family. Now, when it comes to Kane, I did respect his principles early on. I told you guys this in prior recaps that, look, I respect his principles, but he made some minor mistakes that, you know, he let get over his head. I mean, the whole Monet thing, knocking her down, okay. If I'm Kane, I take my L. You know, I responded bad. I lashed out, hit my mom's on accident. I'm going to take my L, whatever. If I get beat down, I get beat down because I did that. I messed up. But instead, Kane took that and said, you know what? Y'all put hands on me. I'm going to go against the family. And Kane proved that in this episode. He did not let that go. What Lorenzo did, hell, he did it. Regardless, at the end of the day, Kane said, you know what? I don't care if Little Guap is about to take out Zeke. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if Little Guap is about to kill my brother Drew. At the end of the day, I'm going to look out for me. I am reaching a new rebellion. That's exactly what Kane is doing. And you have to really just think about that, because in this episode, Drew, no matter what you say about him, he really stepped up in the episode. You can call him soft all you want. And I'm one of the people that's called him soft in certain circumstances. But in this episode, Drew stepped up. He saved his cousin, man. Not only did he do that, he really put family first, and he was really ready to risk it all for his brother Kane at the end of the day. And that shows a loyal soldier. That's somebody that you want to keep around, regardless if he's gay or not. This is a guy that you want to keep around because he will go down for you when it's all said and done. But we know deep down inside, Drew does not want to live this lifestyle. We saw in this episode exactly why Lorenzo and Monet wants Drew to lead the way in, you know, to negotiate things, because he can get the job done. But he's going to have some issues now because his brother Kane is going against the family. And I'm telling you right now, this whole storyline is about to blow over. We got 2 more episodes left. It's about to get crazy. But I am excited about episode 8. I'm glad that your boy Tariq was able to finally clap Effie's cheeks. And to all my fans that's saying that, Tariq already probably clapped her cheeks in Power Season 6. Well, that's a lie. He did not clap those cheeks. Effie has came out on her Instagram Live a few months back, and she already talked about this scene. She talked about having her first sex scene, and of course we know what that was. This was it right here in this episode. So you have your answer. What's going to happen next? I do think that Tariq and Effie are going to be able to connect once again, and once he explains what happened, you know, things may change. But we know, just like the episode was the Invisible Man, was about the truth. When you tell the truth, people don't necessarily want to listen. They want to listen to their own truth, their own story of how things played out. But when you go against the grain, when you tell them the truth, they have a problem with it. So what's going to happen when Tariq starts to tell the truth to Brayden? What's going to happen when Tariq starts to tell the truth to Effie? What's going to happen when Tariq starts to tell the truth to his mother, Tasha? Will good things happen or will bad things happen? Based off the history of power, when people actually tell the truth, usually, no matter what, bad things still happen because people cannot accept it. And, like I tell you guys, the results ain't looking too good just off history alone. But thank you guys once again for all the support, all the love. We're going to get ready for episode 9. It's about to go down. I want you guys to stay tuned and keep watching the videos, man. Whew. Tommy Egan, where are you? I know you coming to New York. I know it's been a minute, and I know it's just a matter of time until we see that car pull up, until we see Christmas canceled on somebody. But thank you guys once again for all the support, all the love, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But it's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.